The first chill swept through Maple Hollow as the sun dipped below the horizon. It was the kind of town that felt frozen in time. Quiet streets, creaking old homes, and woods that crawled right up to the edges of backyards. But tonight, the silence felt different. It wasn't just calm, it was suffocating, like the entire town was holding its breath. Four friends, Kara, Dean, Mel, and Liam, had gathered at the old Ashcroft Manor, a decaying house nestled deep in the woods. For years, the house had been the subject of whispered stories, doors slamming on their own, ghostly faces in the windows, and screams from nowhere. But to these friends, it was the perfect spot for a weekend thrill. One last adventure before summer ended and adulthood swallowed them whole. Kara was the first to notice something was wrong. As the group walked into the foyer, the smell hit her. Damp, earthy, but tinged with something metallic. She brushed it off, not wanting to scare anyone, or herself. The others laughed as they explored, poking into dusty corners and making dramatic claims of seeing shadows. The jokes masked their unease. It wasn't until they reached the master bedroom that things began to unravel. Dean pointed out the ornate mirror above the fireplace, a piece of glass nearly black with age. "Who wants to test their luck?" he joked, his reflection fuzzy in the flickering light of their flashlights. Mel laughed nervously, but froze when her reflection didn't mimic her movement. Her arm stayed raised, waving, long after the group had stopped laughing. The distorted figure in the mirror cocked its head and grinned. Liam stepped back, stammering in confusion. Then the lights went out. Plunged into darkness, the friends scrambled to find their phones and their flashlights, but all they heard was Mel's shaky whisper. "It's still there. The mirror, it's still moving." The sound that followed wasn't human. It was guttural, deep, crawling out from the depths of the house itself. Dean, the skeptic of the group, charged toward the fireplace, intent on shattering the mirror. But the moment he touched it, his reflection grabbed him from within, pulling him into the glass like water swallowing a stone. Kara screamed. She and Liam tried to yank Dean away, but it was too late. He vanished, leaving only his fading silhouette etched into the black mirror. The room didn't feel empty. It felt alive now. From the walls, whispers began filling the space, a language no one recognized, yet each of them felt it worming into their minds. The house wasn't a ruin. It was a predator, waiting for them, feeding off their fear. The friends had two choices: stay and fight, or run. But as they bolted down the stairs, doors slammed shut all around them, herding them into the basement. Kara's flashlight flickered over damp stone walls covered in scratches. They weren't random markings, they were words. "We are the shards. We will break you." The last thing any of them expected was the sound of Dean's voice. It called out from within the dark, echoing from far deeper than the basement stretched.
"It's not so bad, you'll see."
And then, as Liam stepped back, his foot landed on shattered glass. His flashlight illuminated a small, cracked mirror fragment lying inches away. The reflection caught their faces, but their expressions were wrong, smiling, gloating. And for the first time all night, the whispered promises in the air turned into laughter.